house up there.
Damn, we gonna call me over here.
Huh?
Hey, go ahead, start.
Man! What's up, y'all?
What's happening?
What's happening? It's your girl, Ms. Bels.
I'm here, H-E-A-D.
And after our brief hiatus, we are now officially back with the weekly recap. This is vlog number 5, I believe. Yeah. Actually, we're going to give you 2 separate videos this week because we want to talk about the Paula Deen and Trayvon Martin cases on a separate video. So this one we're going to try to keep light. We're going to try to keep it a little shorter than 30 minutes. Just to give you a weekly recap on some of the news stories that happened and that we reported on Stacks Mag. So, how was your, we've been gone for about a week or so. So, what you been up to?
Resting, taking it easy. I did look going out a little bit, but other than that, I enjoyed myself. Watched basketball. Basketball didn't turn out like the way I wanted it to be, you know.
While you was rooting for the Spurs?
Yeah. I want the Spurs to win. Somebody else won. I don't repeat it, but they won. But shout out to them.
Miami Heat. I don't know why you acting like he can't say it.
I can't say it.
Whatever.
Moving on.
Anyway, moving on. So speaking of Miami Heat, I was in Miami. I took a little vacation. I need a vacation.
Took pictures too.
Shout out to Jesus. Huh?
You took pictures too.
Yeah, I took a few pictures.
Had some fans.
I had some fans there. You know, I was all glistening, stuff on the beach.
Yeah.
Don't know about it. But anyway, I was in Miami for a few days, so that's why we couldn't give you guys a video last week. But I had a good time spending with my family. A lot of my family lives there. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to my favorite cousin, Wendy.
Shout out to grandmama.
Yeah, and shout out to my grandmother, who I normally go there like every so many months to check on her. And she suffers from Alzheimer's. So anybody who has a family member out there who, you know, suffers from Alzheimer's, I'm sure you can feel my pain. So, yeah, definitely much love to her and the family. So, while I was there, you know, I kicked it.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, so speaking of Miami Heat, we so happened, me and my cousin went to this happy hour spot, and we actually ran into them. We saw them there eating at this restaurant that we went to. So, it was good to kind of see them. Mm-hmm. Although they had, like, you know, off-duty cops or whatever. Right. And they would not let anyone take pictures, which, you know, as a celebrity and you just won the championship, it was kind of, you know, it was kind of sad that they didn't allow people to take pictures. But, you know, a few people still snuck and got some pictures or whatever. But they was just there, D-Wade, LeBron, a couple of their friends. I can't name all the players, but, yeah. So they was just there chilling, eating their burgers and fries and shit, kicking back, drinking or whatever. So it was good to see them.
Was the groupies out?
Oh yeah, the groupies started coming. You know, everybody gonna get on their Twitter and stuff and say where they at. Yeah, so it was a few of them still walking. But,
took pictures of
but where it was, no, this particular restaurant is it's downtown. It's off Brickell, so it's kind of low key. It's not on South Beach. Okay. So you know, you ain't gonna have a whole bunch of people that's gonna be out and around. You know what I mean? Okay. So, but yeah, it was good seeing them. Went to Wet Willie's, of course. Got to go there when you're on South Beach. Tried to go to Live on Sunday. Luckily, I've been to Live before, so I know how it is. It's, to me, the best goddamn club in America. But tried to go there, but it was just too crowded. They were charging $200 a person to get in because the Heat was gonna be there, and I think T.I. Tiny was there. It was a couple of other people that was in the building. But yeah, $200. I can't get them $200 unless I'm going. You know what I'm saying? If I'm planning to do VIP or something like that, but just going in regular entry for $200, it ain't that serious. Plus, I've been there before, so. But anyway, so that was pretty much it. Okay. All right, so we're gonna get into the topics. Okay. So you said you was gonna talk about the Heat. Anything else you want to say? Since you don't want to say their name as far as the game.
She just said the team name that won. Whatever. You know, basically, I don't want to talk about it.
He a hater.
But hey, shout out to the Nets next year. They got some key speak up players. I'm a Nets fan next year. Brooklyn Nets, shout out to them. I think they're going to take it all next year. Whoever this team she talking about, this was their last year. I don't think they're going to win next year, so moving on to the next topic.
Whatever.
Damn,
anyway, speaking of sports, you heard about Gilbert Arenas and him getting pulled over like 2 o'clock in the morning. This was like Thursday or so.
Right.
This fool got pulled over. Number one, driving a truck, no license or suspended license.
Right.
And he had a truck full of fireworks. Like,
you finna get it blazing, huh?
I guess he preparing for the 4th of July, but come on now, Gilbert. You know you was gonna be trying to sell them damn fireworks for the 4th of July.
He hustling.
I mean, he got like 4 or 5 kids, but a truck full of fireworks.
He got a bad looking wife too. Oh, fiance.
Right, she played on she's on Basketball Wives.
Yeah, he should have put her on the track.
A miss.
She bad. All them damn children.
All them damn children, right. Yeah. And she done lost all that weight too.
Yeah, she ain't lose that nose. She could be, me and her could be related. She got a nose
like
she
got a little nose, yeah.
She got a snout. She's sexy though, with that big ass nose.
A miss.
Like me.
Anyway, so that was the foul on the play for the week, was Gilbert Arenas and him being arrested. Oh, we got another foul on the play.
Oh, Aaron Hernandez.
Oh,
man, Aaron Hernandez. Aaron Hernandez played for New England Patriots, tight end. He formerly played for Florida Gators. Over the week, he was arrested for murder and all type of gun charges. He was with a friend this weekend. He was with a friend, associate of his, and the friend was murdered around the corner from his house.
Wow.
And once he got arrested, come to find out, he's also affiliated with a double murder that happened a year ago. So this guy, he also had a $40 million contract with New England. Now his life is the shits.
Life is the shits, and he going to jail.
He's going to jail. He got a little girl, got a girlfriend. I hate this to happen. You know, I think he Puerto Rican or something. It don't matter, but you was a damn fool for doing what you do. I don't care if you in the mafia or whatever you do, but I think it's sad that it happened.
I think he was like gang affiliated or something like that. They were saying he has a little past, but yeah, that's a very sad situation. It's like, okay, you trying to knock off probably the only witness that was left that know something about the murders last year. That was your friend, and it's just sad. I mean, it's just sad.
You messed up, man. And he had the pistol. They showed him with a pistol on TV. Hey, man, that's silly and it's stupid. So, hey, you got to pay for it. We'll never see you catching a football again.
Right.
Shout out
Deuces. Holla.
Yeah, boy.
Don't drop the soap.
Please don't drop the soap. You don't carry no gun in there. You got to use them hands.
Right. Okay, so talking about freedom, something important happened this week.
Right.
With a lot of politics what's going on this week.
Supreme Court was busy this week.
Right.
They not only did they vote down California no marriage law where it allows LGBT community people to get married to each other in certain states.
Right.
You know, not the South.
Not the South yet. But
on the East Coast in California and areas up north, DC.
They can, it's legal for a gay couple to get married. So this Supreme Court ruling basically upheld that decision. Right.
And also a case that was kind of close to me and Bell. We born in the South, raised in the South. I think we was taught this every year in school. The Voter Rights Act bill. Part of it, Section 4, was voted down. This section basically gives each state the knowledge to do what they want to do. Previously in the 60s, the states was giving out tests to our ancestors and grandparents in order for them to vote. The test was so damn hard, they couldn't pass it. Right. So the feds stepped in and said, hey, stop that bullshit. y'all got to come see us if y'all do anything before elections. So now the Supreme Court said no, they don't have to report to the feds no more. So be looking out for voter ID.
Of bullshit that's gonna go on.
It's gonna be a lot of bullshit going on. So get prepared for this, and prepare your family members that don't listen to the politics and government. Prepare your kids. You know, I had to look back on it because I was so used to looking at this tape of John Lewis walking across the Selma Bridge and get beat down. I really didn't know what it was until I read back on it. And this was the reason why he was beat down, the voter rights bill. And it's kind of sad for America to let this happen. Right. But we got to stay vigilant and stay focused and not let this harm our voting right. And because it's a very strong part of us. Right.
They definitely trying to make it where hopefully, you know, America will not have another minority president.
Right.
So, you know, like they say, it's deeper than rap. It's always a deeper story to what we see that goes on and what they report in the media or whatever. But this is a very big issue. And like Head was saying, definitely teach your kids about voter rights and teach your kids about just a lot of different things, racism, and, you know, which... Our second video, we're going to talk about the Paula Deen case and Trayvon Martin's case. But yeah, definitely teach your kids about that stuff, and so they'll know and be aware, and you know, so just be on the lookout for that. When it's time when voting time comes around. Okay, so we just want to give a quick shout out because we wanted to keep this video pretty short. Definitely Tupac Shakur. May rest in peace.
How long will it mourn me?
To me, he's the greatest of all time as far as rappers go. And he just celebrated a birthday. He's a Gemini, and he was also awarded his own star finally on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. So that was a, you know, it's sad that he couldn't see it while he was still alive, but his albums still sell, you know what I'm saying? It's just his legacy has continued to live on, you know, all these years since his death. And, you know, he definitely deserved this walk on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, this start on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. So shout out to him. I think Jennifer Lopez as well she received a star too.
Man, shout out to Pac. We don't even know her husband.
Whatever, we do.
Pac, hey,
no, we love the Latinos now.
Yeah, we love the mommies. They are pretty. We love the mommies. But putting Jennifer Lopez and Tupac in the same lane.
I mean, no, they not the same lane, but you got to give it to her. She's done a lot for the Latino community, though. She has. She's probably like one of the biggest stars that represent the Latino community. Okay. Shout out to Tupac.
Anyway,
shout out to Tupac. Shout out to Serena Williams for whooping ass again.
Right.
She did her thug thizzle.
As always,
you know. So shout out to her for winning. And let's see what else we got on here. Something quick. So a business thing, real quick. Pre-qualified and versus pre-approved. I wrote an article on stacksmag.net, just kind of giving an explanation or definition of what each word means. Because you'll be surprised. People go for mortgages, you know, trying to secure a home loan or a car loan or some type of loan from the bank, and people think, oh, I was pre-qualified. I got that. Right. 200,000. I'm in there.
Baby.
No, baby.
Not quite.
No. Pump your brakes. So I had to define this because, like I said, it's a lot of people who just don't. A lot of people don't know, and that's like I've always stated. This the whole purpose of Stacks Magazine, to make people aware, help educate, you know, the urban community, because I feel like we need it. We definitely need it. So, you know, when you pre-qualify for something, know that that's just the initial part of the process for securing a loan. You go in, you fill out an application with that bank or with, you know, finance company or whatever, and you give them your social security number. You know, tell how much you got in the bank, save, tell how much how you're spending out, what your monthly expenses is at home, your rent or whatever, and then they go back and they take your information and they determine Right, determine what you're worth. You know, what's your debt to income ratio.
Right.
If you pass the pre-qualification part, then the next step is they want to retrieve more documents, your W-2s, your tax information, your pay stubs, and things like that to determine if you can actually be fully approved for the loan that you are trying to secure. So people know that it's a difference. And then even when you get to the approval part and they do approve you, say for a mortgage for $200,000, know that you still have to go through an underwriter who's going to go back and still, because you know some people be approved for stuff and then they think, let me go get this Neiman Marcus credit card, or let me go buy this new car. That's the worst thing you can do in that whole process is go out and establish more credit.
Right.
Hold off on any big purchases when you're trying to secure a loan. You know, until you sit down with the lawyers or whatever, y'all sign on the dotted line, they give you the key to the house or whatever, then after that, you can do pretty much what you want to do.
And then also, just because you qualify for a $200,000 house
don't mean they gonna give it to you.
Right. And if you could, don't mean that you should go and get a $200,000 house. You might be more comfortable in a $125,000 or $150,000 house. That $200,000 house might push you to the limit where you can't not probably go purchase another car or pay your bills. That's what you probably.
They're just saying that's how much based on the information that you provided to us, how much you make or whatever, determine how much the bank will be willing to give you. But that don't mean, like you said, that does not mean you need to get that, because if you somebody that like to shop like me, if you somebody that like to travel, if you got kids, you're gonna have to take into account these things that you like to do, you know, as far as leisure activities and stuff like that. Take that into account and say, dang, this gonna be cutting in. If I stretch myself and get that $200,000 loan, it's gonna prevent me from doing all these other little things that I like to do. You know what I mean? So you know, definitely be aware of that. And just make better decisions when you're applying for a loan. And,
so we won't see you in the foreclosure line.
So we won't see you in the foreclosure line. Exactly. Exactly. That's what killed the housing market. People going in and these mortgage companies or whatever,
giving them everything,
just giving them everything they wanted or whatever, and people just drowned themselves.
Eyes got big and they just saw the light, and then look at the fine line and hey, we gonna go for it. And the next year or two later they crying on TV, I can't pay my mortgage. No. You know, you gotta educate yourself a little more.
Exactly. Okay, so that was our education moment or whatever. You know, we have to put that in there. So to close out, you want to talk about these young kids acting crazy.
Okay, to all my people in Birmingham, my hometown, I want to discuss. We had 7 murders within 8 days. 7 murders within 8 days. Okay, Birmingham was kind of fair. It's not a big city, but it holds its own. I think we got about 1 million people in the city. But for 7 murders within 8 days, I always tell them it's a mentality that goes on in our town. I don't care. You can't throw money at certain situations. You can't throw money at these type of situations. It's mentalities that we have in us. We always talk about who got killed, who went to jail. Never about the kid who got the Rhodes Scholarship. Not the football scholarship, but we ain't talking about that type of shit. Academic scholarship, and the kid that got accepted to law school or something like that. We never talk about that, but we always gotta who get killed and who died or who.
Right now, he got sentenced to like 4 years.
And I think it ties into part of our being in Birmingham. I think we had to change our mentality and stop harboring on who got killed and who's selling dope. Cause hell, a person gonna die every day, and a person gonna go to jail every day. But it ain't up to us to talk about it every day. And this 7 murders in 8 days, and we always talking about black folks need to wake up. Wake up to what? You know, you know, we always get that black folks need to wake up. Wake up to what? I just think we need we just need to stop harboring on the negativity in my city, and things like this won't occur, and people won't look at it as news. I don't think this need to be news, but it's a sad thing for my city, and I hate to bring it up, but you know it did happen.
Right.
And I think I'm kind of giving it light, but this is my last damn time giving it light. I don't give a damn if you get 40 in a day. Like what's the word? 40 days and 40 nights, right. Y'all kill each other. This it. I don't want to discuss it, but it's a sad situation. Right. 7 murders in 8 days. It shouldn't be like that. But hey, shout out to my city. I love y'all. I hope y'all come up with a better solution.
Right. And then speaking of kids and just kids. Being ungrateful and not aware and just some straight up idiots
right.
at times.
They always want summer jobs.
Right.
I want a job. But
right. So this dude, I'm sure he, like you said, probably his little summer job or whatever.
Right.
I went into DTLR. Of course, everybody knows I like shoes. I like, girly shoes as much as I like tennis shoes. So I went in there looking for some tennis shoes, and plus I needed some new running shoes as well. So I'm in there. The dude came over, to help me or whatever. And I pick up a pair of New Balances, which was a kid's shoe. So I asked him, can you give me this in the size 7? And then I picked up a Nike running shoe. And I wanted him to see if they had, it was a women's shoe. I wanted him to see if they had my size in it. So he went back to the bag, came back. Okay, he brought me out the 7. I tried on the 7 of the New Balance. It was way too big. The other shoe, he said, he was like, I'm sorry that, we don't have your size currently. We don't have your size or whatever. So I said, okay. So I told him, I said, well, the New Balance is too big. So can you go back and bring me a smaller size? I did not specify what smaller size. I just said, can you bring me back a smaller size? So he said, okay. And also I picked out another running shoe. I said, well, let me try on this Nike shoe or whatever. Can you go get me a 9.5? That's what I wear in women's. Okay, so he went back. He came back. He brought me back a size 6 in the New Balance. He said, here, try this size 6 on or whatever. So I tried the size 6 on in the New Balance. And it was just, my toe was like right here at the edge. So I'm like, okay, I ain't going to be able to do this. This is too small for my foot. So I'm telling him, okay, I was like, what size is this? Because I really didn't know. He gave me the box and I just kind of tried it on. And then I'm like, okay, what size is this? And he said a 6. I was like, yeah, this is too small. I was like, well, can you go get a 6.5? I'm thinking, me being smart, if I started off with a 7, when I say, can you give me a smaller size, the next size should have been a 6.5.
Right.
So I'm asking him, okay, well, can you go get the 6.5? And he was like, well, you asking for the 6. I said, no, I did not specify a size. I just said, bring me a smaller size. And so he was like, he was like, oh, now you playing. And I'm like, what do you mean I'm playing? I ain't playing.
What the fuck you mean?
Right. I'm like, what you mean I'm playing? So he copping an attitude with me, and I'm sitting here looking at him like, little boy, I don't care if I go and ask you to bring me 20 pair of shoes right. in 20 different sizes. As long as I got my money and I know that I'm going to buy a pair of shoes, right. That's part of your job. That's part of customer service. I told him, right, I'm like, I told him, I said, ain't this part of customer service? I said, you're supposed to treat the customer right at all times. He's like, yeah, you right. I'm like, dang, I told him, I said, dang, what did they tell you in your, I was like, during your hiring process? I was like, what is DTLR doing?
Right.
I'm like, because this dude totally got copy attitude with me, because right. I'm asking him to bring me some other sizes. I'm like, and first of all, it wasn't even a lot of people in their store. It was only me and maybe 1 or 2 other people looking at shoes, plus this other sales rep that's working there. I'm looking at him like, dude, it's only me. What else do you ain't got shit else to do but to help me.
Right.
Right. So I just want to say, y'all young people out there, y'all motherfuckers is lazy. Y'all need to get it together.
Lazy.
And then you the first ones will be on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook talking about y'all hustling and y'all got to get this money and all this type of stuff. Not being eat. Right, we got to eat. Not being lazy.
Right. He never know. He could own his own DTLR or Foot Locker or anything.
Right.
From what he know, you know.
Right.
Start from something that even if you selling burgers, hell, that don't mean you're gonna be the burger man for the rest of your life. You take that knowledge on top of learning the business, the paper side of it, and you open up your own burger joint. Or you take from that tenacity that you learn of working when you don't want to work, that builds you into a stronger person.
Right.
You know, and I think they should take that with them. I mean, I started working at 15. Shout out to Burger King. I wasn't the best burger flipper, but hey, I started at 15.
You made it out. They wait.
Yeah. Yeah. So if I should happen to pass away, my kids got some type of SSI. A lot of y'all motherfuckers out there, y'all, you pass away, you ain't left nothing for your kids. And you messing with these niggas that ain't working. The kids pass away, dad ain't got nothing left for them.
Right. So, sorry, Joker.
Sorry.
So I just want to say, DTLR or hell, if you work in any other retail store, if you work in the restaurant industry, any type of industry you work in where you particularly have a customer service job, when you see me, you better give me that top-notch customer service, because if 9 times out of 10, if I'm walking in the store, I'm spending my money. I'm not going to waste my time to window shop. I ain't no window shopping type of person. I'm an impulse buyer. Whatever I want something, I go get it. If I can't afford it, I sit my ass at home. You know what I mean? So if I'm walking into your establishment, you need to give me some good customer service. Because you just never know who's gonna walk into your store. You know what I mean? They don't know who I am. I could be, since I am the media reporter, I could go just blast DTLR if I really wanted to, but I'm not. I could just go, I caught his name, but I ain't gonna tell the little dude name. You know what I'm saying? I could just blast them, send a letter to the corporate headquarters or whatever complaining, but I'm not gonna do that. You know what I mean? I'd rather just use this video outlet to just make y'all aware that, hey, you know what I'm saying, customer service is key. You kids with these summer jobs, y'all need to get it together and stop being lazy.
Yeah, cherish your job.
Right. And then one other point I wanted to make, when I'm leaving the store and getting in my car, guess who I see walking outside? The first thing he do, getting on his phone, probably on his Instagram or texting somebody. I'm like, you rushing me, dude, because you want to go outside. You probably wasn't supposed to be on a break, but you want to go outside and get on your phone. Like, dude, get your priorities straight, young man.
Or go into the back and use the phone. Why would you go out in front where a customer can see you walking in and out?
Right. He's an idiot. He's an idiot. But I'm going to still support DTLR, because sometimes they have shoes that other stores don't necessarily have.
And they have those prices.
Right. And they have some good prices or whatever. So it ain't like I'm just not going to support them. But I'm just saying, y'all need to step up y'all hiring process, really find out what these kids all about.
One monkey don't stop no show.
Right.